Hey guys, so for this video, I'm going to be walking you through what I personally do to get over 1500 FPS in Fortnite. Now, before you say anything, yes, I know the main reason I get those sort of frames is because I have a monster PC. The thing about it though is that even if you are on a low-end PC or like a laptop, this guide will undoubtedly help you out. We're gonna go over some window optimizations, all the best Nvidia settings, how to enable XMP in your BIOS. I'm essentially going to show you all what I do with my own PCs. I literally just got this one like a week ago. All of it will be start to finish with an untweaked PC. So as always, make sure to drop a like down below if this video helps you out. I'm gonna do my best to explain every single tweak I make, but really make sure guys you watch until the end, because if you do anything wrong, I don't want to see you complaining down below. Without further ado though, let's go and hop on my brand new PC and let's optimize this thing the Jerian way. Alright, so as you can see guys, after 2 long years with the same background, I had to switch it up for my new PC. And don't worry, I still have my old mixed background on my other PC. I have 2 of them now, but let me know what you guys think of it. This was from Invitational, you can see FNCS Invitational over here. This was the whole stadium, it was sick. I feel like it's a good reminder for me when, you know, I want to go and play FIFA down here. This should tell me to get back on Fortnite and to grind because Invitational was so much damn fun. Go check out the vlog for it. Now, the first thing I'm gonna do to optimize my own PC, which obviously you should do as well, is I'm gonna enable something called XMP. XMP, or Extreme Memory Profiles, I've talked about it before on my channel. It's essentially a way to overclock your RAM. And yes, guys, I know that overclocking sounds very, very scary. Don't worry, it's not like a normal overclock on your CPU or GPU. All it really does is it makes your RAM speed run at its actual speed, not the default speed that's way slower that the manufacturer puts. In order to see if you have XMP enabled, you can just go down and type in Task Manager, or you can bring it up with Control-Alt-Delete. Either works. And when you're in your Task Manager, go to the top tab where it says Performance. On the left, click Memory, that is your RAM. And as you can see, my RAM is much different now on my new PC. I have 32 gigabytes instead of 64. All of this stuff is also different, but what we care about is the first little thing down here that says Speed. By default, since I have DDR5 RAM, quick little flex, but my default speed is 4800 megahertz. For the majority of you guys, since most of you should have DDR4 RAM, you'll probably see either the correct RAM speed, so like if you have 3200 or 3600 megahertz, that means you most likely have XMP enabled. But if your speed says 2133, that is the default RAM speed for DDR4. So again, if you're like me, the default speed for DDR5 RAM is 4800 megahertz. I paid for 6000 megahertz, so obviously XMP is not enabled. We're gonna go into our BIOS and turn on XMP. That way we can get the 6000 megahertz. But if you're on DDR4 RAM, you're also gonna use XMP, but this time it's to get it from the default speed of 2133. That was the default speed for my old PC, and I think I got mine up to 3200 megahertz. I was paying for like 3600, but I kind of messed it up. All good. We're gonna get the full speed now, and for all of you guys. So let's click out of this and let's get into our BIOS. In the past for this, I used to have to whip out my camera, which I think I still have to do. But I can show you guys the first step because I have a capture card now in my dual PC. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go down to the bottom left where it says power. That is within the start button. You guys should know that. But as I click power and as I go to restart, I'm gonna hold down my shift button, hold down my shift button, and then press restart. So boom, it should still record. Dual PC, work your magic. Oh my gosh, it does, but my head blocks the important stuff. Okay, my ugly face is gone. What we're gonna do now is press troubleshoot. We're gonna go to advanced options. By the way, I'm no longer holding shift. Here's the important step. Make sure you click UEFI firmware settings, and then over here, just press restart. So I think now is where I really wish it would record my BIOS. Someone let me know down below or message me on Twitter how I can record my BIOS with a capture card. I don't think the signal is gonna pick it up, yeah. We're gonna have to switch to my camera for this. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, the dual PC setup is looking clean. Look, I even have 2 keyboards. I'm like a real legit streamer now. But the part you guys care about, let me sit my fat ass down. These are the BIOS. Yours might look different just because you're gonna have a different manufacturer for your motherboard. This is Rogue Strix. It says all the other stuff like my CPU, my memory, DDR5 RAM at 4800 megahertz. It also says some other cool nerd stuff like your CPU temp, AI overclocking. Again, yours might be different, but the most important part, which I just showed, it is the XMP option right here. There's literally an XMP disabled and then enabled, and that's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna click enabled. These are the settings for XMP that the manufacturer sets up. So you can see there's the voltage. These are all the clock timings, the 6000 megahertz speed. XMP is literally a setting that the manufacturer sets up for you. They just make it run at a lower speed before you actually turn it on. That way Windows and everything works. Then you gotta watch an itsJerian video, come to your BIOS, and enable XMP. One tip for you guys is if you're on AMD, XMP might say like DOCP, I think? It has a different name, and I'll put it on the screen what it looks like. In addition to that, you can see down here, there's an advanced mode and an easy mode. Wait, if I click on advanced mode, usually advanced mode is not the default, but in some of your cases, it might be. And you can see it's a lot like, it's just way more advanced and difficult. In advanced mode, which please only do if you know what you're doing and you have experience, this has way more XMP settings. So this is the XMP profile that we selected. But then there's all this other stuff, which please do not touch, do not mess around with unless you know what you're doing. I just want to show you guys that it is an option. But for pretty much most of you guys, if you're in advanced mode, come down here, click, where's my cursor? Click on easy mode, go to the normal and easy XMP option and enable it. And then all I have to do is just click save and exit. It's going to tell me all the different changes like DRAM frequency, all the voltage, all this nerdy stuff, which I don't know a whole lot about, but the manufacturer set this up, so it should and it will work. 6000 megahertz XMP enabled. Press OK, and now it's going to restart. On my old PC, this is where it would usually post. Posting is not good. That means your system could not boot up with the new XMP profile and all those settings. So if that happens, either just you can't really use XMP, or if you know what you're doing, you can change the frequency. You can change some of the other stuff like the voltage and the timing. I don't recommend that since you have to really know what you're doing. But look what happened in the meantime. It booted up. Oh yes, sir. I'm gonna log on with this PC now. Oh, what the heck? Boom! I'm back inside my PC. Oh my gosh. Hopefully me going through my BIOS was not that difficult. But now we're going to go back to our task manager, to performance. Memory is already selected. And look guys, when you go down to the speed, I'm on 6000 megahertz, aka XMP has successfully been enabled. And as long as you guys did it right, your PC wasn't like my old one, you should also be on a higher speed, the speed you paid for. And then boom, your Fortnite will run faster. Your whole PC will run and just work way better. And of course, you're gonna get way better FPS. Moving on to the Windows settings. Like I said in the intro, I have not optimized any of them. You can see they're down in your start button, settings. You could also just search it. But look at this. I literally have not done anything with this PC. So much so that my name says PC. I have not customized or touched anything. That's the point of this video. And to begin, we're going to go to the gaming settings, of course. Starting at the top with Xbox Game Bar. Please guys, make sure these are both off and unchecked. Xbox Game Bar is awful. Do not record with it or play with it on. Captures is the same exact thing. Make sure all of these are off. If you're gonna record, just use Nvidia Shadowplay. Then for game mode is kind of weird because some people say to turn it on, some people say to turn it off. I'm really not a fan of it, and I know I've talked to a lot of tweakers. They all say leave game mode off, so that's what I do. And then what I'm also gonna do is for the related settings, you can see graphics settings in the top right. I'm gonna click that. If that's not there for you guys, by the way, just type in graphic settings. This is what it looks like, system settings. Same thing pops up. But again, this is another setting that's kind of like 50-50. The name of it is hardware accelerated GPU scheduling. This does say that it will reduce your latency and improve performance. Who wouldn't want that? But even more so compared to game mode, all the big tweakers I've talked to say to leave this off. It actually will hurt your FPS more than help it. So do not enable this. And then finally in the gaming graphics settings, where it says says graphics performance preference, what you're gonna do is select desktop app. You're gonna click browse. What you're gonna want to do is go to the drive that has Fortnite on it. So I only have one, but usually it's your C drive. You're then gonna click program files, go down to Epic Games, Fortnite game, binaries. What the? I went too fast. Binaries, Windows 64, and then over here you have 4 different options. The only one you want to click out of all the Fortnite client and Fortnite launcher is the first one, or at least it's first on my screen. Fortnite client, Windows 64-shipping. Only do the shipping one. These two are the anti-cheats, and this is the launcher. You want only the shipping, so click that, press add, and to finish it off, where it says options, you're gonna go and you're gonna click high performance GPU, whatever your GPU is. Click save, and boom, you are done with all the Windows graphics settings, and that should help your FPS. Back to the general Windows settings, the next place I'm going to go is to my system Windows settings. This is what it looks like. And where I'm going to begin with this is first, notifications and actions. All I'm going to do here is just turn off all notifications. Wait, uncheck all of these as well. We don't want any annoying notifications going off as we try to play and do other stuff. These you can leave on just because if you have this thing off, you'll be fine. After that, focus assist, which is similar to notifications, I'm going to turn these off because we do not want any of that. We only want to play Fortnite and get good FPS. Here's the important one though, power and sleep. Where you're going to want to go is on the right. Under related settings, click the additional power settings. This is the window that popped up. Mine is already on high performance, but most people will probably be on either balanced or power saver. Where you're going to find high performance is most of the time under show additional plans. There's like a little drop down and it will be hiding. And what we're actually going to do is change some of the plan settings. We're going to hit change advanced power settings, bring this other window over. There's like 5 of them now. And one of the 2 important settings within this is the wireless adapter settings. Boom, power savings mode. We want the setting to be maximum performance, and it is very nice. Then the other one, this one happens to be under PCI Express. You can see it says link state power management. Even though it's already off, we're going to go and make sure it's off. Boom. Those are the 2 important settings. Make sure those are selected within high performance. The rest are all good to go, and that means you can apply, press OK. Now, outside of that, there really aren't the most important settings. I guess for maybe multitasking, you can turn this stuff off. The only other important Windows setting is in the apps category. You're gonna go and you're gonna hit on the left where it says startup, and what you're gonna do is basically turn all of them off. So you can see Microsoft Edge. It even has a high impact, and by default the app would run in the background or just start on startup. We don't want that. We only want the important applications to start when we log in, and those are basically only Epic Games Launcher. I have this Realtek audio device because I kind of need it, but you guys probably don't have that. And yeah, just turn all of them off unless, I don't know, you want it to run in the background if you're playing Fortnite. All of them are still gonna work. You just have to actually, physically click on it. Like, this is my mouse software. All of it works perfectly. It just won't automatically start up when you log in. And because of that, nothing will run in the background. In your actual task manager, there's gonna be nothing that is affecting your performance or none of these unneeded processes. I have a decent amount, and you can see, the CPU percentage is very low, the memory's very low. Those only go up when you play Fortnite, so you don't want other random crap in the background. And yeah, that's why I turn them all off. Second to last big sort of optimization or tweak that I'm going to do to my PC, and as I've said, you should do to yours, it is going to be your Nvidia settings, which I'm on the newest driver. I've talked about this 500 times, but if you have the GeForce Experience application, make sure you're always updating your drivers. Oh my god, boys, I got exposed. I've been playing another game outside Fortnite, but on the top tab where it says drivers, go there. Oh my god, I just got exposed again. There's a new GeForce Game Ready driver that came out today. What I was gonna say though was click check for updates. As you can see, there's a new driver and I'm gonna download it. Boom. This is technically not the cleanest way to download new drivers. I've showed it before, but DDU is by far the best way to do it. It does take a little longer and you do have to go into safe mode, so it's not the easiest, but you do get the cleanest install, which is technically the best for FPS. The reason I'm not doing it now and I'm just express installing using the GeForce GeForce Experience application is because I usually don't use DDU. I only use DDU if my frames are really, really bad. That's when I'll go into safe mode. I'll do all the stuff that I've showed numerous times, including in this video. I make DDU really, really easy, but you know, I'm gonna be realistic. I'm gonna show you guys how I make sure my personal PC is running at its best. And for that, you know, I just use GeForce Experience. I download and install the latest graphics drivers, and you know, I sit here, I wait, I talk to myself. How you guys doing? Okay, I think these have been installed. I don't know what. Oh, no. Okay, yeah, we're on the latest drivers, literally released today, December 1st, boom, December 1st. And now with the latest drivers, which I am usually on, I am going to close this, I'm going to right click on my desktop, and I'm going to go and optimize my Nvidia control panel. So let me drag this over. This is what it looks like. I've showed it so many times on my channel. But on the top left where it says adjust image settings with preview, this is the important part that a lot of people do not do. You have to make sure you select the middle option. Use the advanced 3D image settings that basically I prefer. You're gonna apply, and then the important part, you're gonna click take me there. That's the same as going to the top left where it says manage 3D settings, and now you have all these settings, none of which I have touched. Oh, I gotta sit up in my chair for this one. Oh. We're about to go demon mode, starting with image scaling, leave it off, ambient occlusion off, anisotropic filtering off, scrolling down, anti-aliasing FXXA or FXAA off, other anti-aliasing off. Pretty much all of these beginning ones, anything anti-aliasing related, it's gonna be off. Background application max frame rate off, CUDA GPUs, just make sure your GPU is selected. DSR factors off, low latency mode, the first one, we're gonna turn this on, go back down, max frame rate. You can turn this on. I have mine on 240 instead of 360 just because 360 was bugging out for me. But for monitor technology, definitely turn this to fixed refresh. Don't use G-Sync. G-Sync is not good for input delay. Multi-frame sampled AA, turn off. OpenGL GDI compatibility, prefer performance. OpenGL rendering GPU, select, obviously, your GPU. Then the most important one, power management mode. Guys, you need to have this on prefer maximum performance. It is critical, and you should know why from my in-game settings videos. We're gonna have one soon for chapter 4, but this is like everything outside of it. Preferred refresh rate, I have on application controlled. Again, I'm on 240, not 360, but you can do highest available. Shader cache size, put on driver default. Texture filtering, anisotropic sample optimization. You can actually turn this on. Let me know how it feels for you. Texture filtering though, the negative LOD bias, allow. Texture filtering quality, no. We want that on high performance. Trilinear optimization, turn that on. Threaded optimization, also on. Triple buffering, turn off. Vertical sync, turn that bitch off. We hate VSync. Virtual reality pre-rendered frames, 1. Virtual reality variable rate super sampling, off. And finally, Vulkan OpenGL present method, leave it on auto. What the fuck is that? These are the best Nvidia settings. The newest is also usually the best driver, and you know, I use the most up-to-date driver, so I'm literally showing you guys what I do. And outside that, there's basically not much else. Just use what I use for what I showed. And now we can move on to the final optimization. To finish off the video, ladies and gentlemen, I have a very simple tweak, at least compared to the other ones. I'm going to click on my Epic Games launcher. I'm going to go on the left to library. Obviously, where we're going is none other than Fortnite, but if yours looks different, you can see there's like a little button, and yours might look like this. It also might look like this. Look at my time played. God damn. But under Fortnite, you're going to click on the 3 little dots. You're going to hit options, and from here, you can see I actually have high resolution textures installed. They are a total of 8.5 gigabytes. And what I'm gonna do, because I don't want those bastards at all, I don't even want Save the World. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna uncheck both of them to uninstall it. The download size is 0 because we're uninstalling it. We're not downloading it. And I'm gonna hit apply. Damn, that was quick. Those things are already gone. And to prove it, if I go back to my options and I click on Save the World or high resolution textures, look at the download size. It's 10 gigabytes gigabytes, it wants me to download them because I don't have them anymore. But yeah, both of those things are pretty much useless to me. I don't use Save the World. I also don't need the high resolution textures. It will reduce your FPS if you have them. Not to mention that they're 10 gigabytes, so if you don't have a lot of storage, like I have 2 terabytes, but I also have nothing on this PC, 10 gigabytes is a lot for stuff you're just not gonna use. Why not uninstall it? It's gonna make your game run better. Overall though, lads, that's gonna wrap up all the Fortnite outside the game optimizations. Like I said, we'll have a chapter 4 guide for everything in-game, but this is what I do to get 1500 plus FPS. Hopefully it helped you out. Subscribe, like, all that good stuff. Also, let me know what you think of my background. Otherwise, I'm going to play some FIFA. Haha. I'm not even kidding though.